there is a delay. There is a delay between the RTMP feed from the drone and the camera feed from the Bella box. What is that sound? I can hear beeping. Oh, it must be off. Oh look, there's a cow. Do you know what that reminds me of? Lloyd, please do your milk challenge. Thank you. Yes. And we can now do TED Talks. So the benefits of shitting and coming at the same time. Check 1 2. All right. I don't know what caused that. I'm back. Yeah, so there seemed to be a whole internet outage for the home because the Wi-Fi on my phone wasn't working anymore. Discord turned itself off or disconnected because there's no internet. So yeah, and because of that, more ads. We already took an ad. Are you serious? Okay, there's ads now, so I do apologize to everyone. For those who have stuck around, thank you. Yeah. More, yeah. If you want to know, comes after ads, more ads. Crazy. Let's see. Oh wow. Cool. Let's see. Sorry. Just double checking all my system configuration. Everything is fine. It's just when the internet hit or when the internet disconnected, it just caused everything to just blah. Okay. So, whilst we wait for the ads, I'll just continue on doing a little bit more. Minus 100. Okay. This seems strange. So unless I have the wrong sizing for the 03W. No, that's the correct sizing. It's 5 mil, yeah. So that's it. So because this is off by almost 2 mil, or at least 1.5 mil, if that's to be believed. Then we have a reinforced ridge here for this Wi-Fi. Oh, this USB Type-C adapter. We have an opening here for this USB 3A port, and another opening here for this USB Type-C port, and then another. Well, this is just part of the actual unit itself. So I'm just trying to figure out the best way to print this, standing up or as is in this position. If I were to print it, I would probably print it standing up, but all of the... Okay, let's copy paste. Ads have finished. Welcome back in. For those who are still here, I appreciate it. Let's ungroup that. So I want to see if I can rotate this 90. Right, so we are able... Is it? Or should we go 45? No, it's not exact. Okay, we can't do that. 20. Ooh. 5? No. Let's go 2. Ah, okay, I know what to do. So we need to 0 this. We might have to start fresh. Honeycomb. We will... okay, so we need to rotate this like so. What's this diameter? 3. So we need to bring this down to a diameter of 3. We need to now shift this down to here. We will now change the columns to 2, 3. And we need to change the row to 6. Okay. So now I am manipulating the... Damn. I'm now manipulating the honeycomb structure such... in a way such that if we were to print it in a vertical manner, it won't require as many support structures, as the angle is what's aiding is what's aiding in its layer by layer print. Okay, let's see. Copy pastes. Let's now also rotate this here. Let's bring it down to the base. So we want columns of 4. Let's see where that gets us. All right, let's now bring these two. Okay. And now we want rows of 7. Let's wait for that to populate. And we might just, rotate them down. All right. Let's delete these. Let's bring these down. Turn them into holes. Turn these into holes. Turn these into holes. So I'm creating a secondary model to see if we were to print this on a standing position. So let me now group that together. Will it utilize less support? And if we were printing it in a upright vertical orientation, will the layer lines actually be a little bit more stronger because it's building this entire thing layer by layer upwards, as opposed to building it layer by layer in a horizontal position. Okay, let's see. So we have positioning here. We have some. Okay, so I'm thinking. Right, let's export that out as an STL. The PC may be a bit janky because it's processing. And let's, where's new folder 5? This is the model in model 2 version 1 vertical. Okay, let's see. Let's open up Creality print. I just want to see how long it takes to print, because then this will be a thing I can get started on tomorrow morning. Considering it's almost 11:30 at night, we might not be able to do any printing, which is fine. I mean, I've got time. I've got plenty of time. Okay, let's see. So there is ramen in the fridge. Sorry, no, there's beef stew. There's beef stew in the fridge, so I can heat that up in the microwave. Get some rice. Cancel. Let's now K1C. Let's import this model as the vertical stand. All right, so this is where's the blue one? Let's rotate that. Shouldn't matter. It's pretty 90. Okay. Oh. It's not display capture. Shit. Okay. Let me change this to Creality. Okay. So this is Creality Print. It's a slicer software as part of the Creality 3D printing. So we have here the shell case in this in the 3D slicer. We will now just do a quick slicer of the model. The stream will be a bit glitchy because the computer's processing, so beware. All right. Wow, it has floating. Yeah, because I haven't added any support or anything like that. All right, so we on a standard slice, it's stating it's going to be about 1 hour and 29 minutes. One thing I forgot to do as well is to change the filament of this model to PETG. Right, so one thing I want to try and do is to increase the wall loops. This will determine the boundary. Oh, you guys can't see that. Okay. I'm going to also increase the infill density to 50%. I'll probably increase that later on if I want a more thicker model, at least for the infill. Gyroid, first layer speeds, enable support. We'll enable tree support, slim. Let's go here. We don't want a brim prime tower, sorry. And we do want an outer brim. All right, so tree slim support. Okay, we're going to slice the software again. And I did see the glitch. So, all right. So now that we have enabled supports, this time with tree automatic slim supports, the print time has increased from 1 hour and 29 minutes, and it's increased it to 2 hours and 2 minutes. So right now, as you can see, all the hexagonal cutouts that we had made for the airflow, it doesn't need supports, whereas any overhangs or any ridges, I might add one here just to be safe. And so in order to add supports, I'm going to have to go back into the original model and then select the model, and we'll select support painting. In this instance, I will rotate the camera angle and we will start to paint the areas in which we want the extra supports to go to. So if we paint, it will turn to a green color, and that lets us know that this area is where we want extra support to go to. Okay, that's done. Now let's slice again. All right, so no change in terms of the print time. And now, as you can see, we've added that extra support branch to this support ridge on the actual device. All right, let's see. We have, yeah, pretty clear. So we have a cutout. Yeah, so this would take about 2 hours and 20 minutes to print on the Creality K1C with the Hyper PETG filament from, I believe, Elegoo. I need to ask, because Corrupt was asking about the Rock 5B Plus. So, right, so if we go down, we can see most of the walls are all layer lines and not actual infill. So the purple is the infill filament. And it doesn't seem to be a lot, which is good because that means the entire perimeter of the 3D model is going to be all just filament and no support. So the only support that I can kind of, sorry, not support, the only infill that I can kind of see is at the very bottom. So the very bottom of this model in this orientation, if we now go up slowly, the red lines represents the infill, which is literally 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, and that's it. And then the rest of the model will continue on, and each section seems to be at the very least 5 layer lines of filament. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 thick layers, or 5 layers to which makes up for the wall. And if we calculate that right as well, yeah, 1, 2. Ooh, okay, here we go. This might be better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So considering this face is the base of the case, it makes sense it's going to be a little bit thicker than everywhere else. All right, let's see, how many ley lines is this? So this is 1, 2, 3, 5 ley lines. Okay, so it's the same thickness as these sidewalls, which, yeah, okay. Considering I've had to add extra space on the inside in order to add more leeway within the model. So one thing I've just noticed is the cutout is now embedded into one of the supports that I'm utilizing to hold up the USB Type-C side-mounted adapter. All right, so this is a good indication. 2 hours and 2 minutes to print this base case to suit the 03W as well as the Moogood USB Type-C hub, which will allow us to add multiple external devices such as Wi-Fi USB modems, and if we need to, a USB to Ethernet adapter. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's 2 hours and 2 minutes. So let's now switch to Chrome. Now let's see how long it would take to print the lid. So let's export that out. Okay, now let me just rename that so I don't confuse myself. And this is lid. Okay, what I will do now is to Chrome, let's switch to Creality. I will now attempt to try and see how long it's going to take for the standard lay flat option of this setup. So we can add another model. We can go to version 1. This version doesn't have any vents, so let me just delete that. So I'm just going to have to go back into Tinkercad and re-export out this model. Hopefully it fits. Okay, let's apply. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom. Oh wait, no, Creality. All right, so this is the standard orientation. So there will be at least a lot of support material for the underside of this bridge. Take him to the bridge. All right, so let me re-select this as a PETG. And now let's select this one item and let's delete this one because I don't think we can do multiple. We can separate each model while slicing. Okay, this is going to take 1 hour and 40 minutes to print. However, it does look like it utilizes a great deal of tiny support structures. Now, even though it's going to take 20 minutes less than the vertical orientation, I do believe that, yeah, why is it? Why is it taking less time to print? So we will have quite a bit of rough edging on the inner tunnel here. That may cause some issue with trying to slide in the Moogood USB hub. and everything else seems to be fine. There's no blocking of access. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything else wrong. But I think, yeah, having all this will give a very rough surface finish on the, at least on the underside of the case here. So instead of printing it in a horizontal orientation, I'll be printing it in a vertical orientation, of which I've also adjusted the vent holes to be more pointy instead of being flat. That will prevent any extra need to print support material. So, all right, so 2 hours to print on the Creality K1C using the 0.4 nozzle in Hyper PETG filament. It'll be printed in black because that's, you know, it's standard. It's standard printing. Yeah. Where is it? Here it is. Yes. So this will be essentially the new, well, a test. It will be the new streaming device utilizing the 03W. So it's a more compact solution, even though we have had to attach the USB hub. If we didn't need to use the hub, we would at least have one internet connection via Wi-Fi on the Rock 5A. So let's have a quick look and see. Okay, it is super tiny now. Yeah, so I was comparing this to essentially a sauce bottle, about how, you know, how ridiculously small it is now. So yeah, I mean, there are probably going to be issues when using something like this, so we won't know until I do a full-on IRL test. Now the thing that's going to cause issue is cooling. This particular board itself actually runs quite hot, so a fan is needed to cool it down. So should probably have a channel with albums or stuff. True. Yeah, everything I've done has all been on stream, so there's that. But yeah, I think I should create some kind of a channel to showcase the steps I've taken to create this. Yes, true. Yeah, I think because I still have other boards. I still have a brand new Rock 5A. I still have a brand new Rock 5B Plus, which currently is, the price is pretty exorbitant at the present moment. So, oh, were you here? When did you come into stream, Weekman? Because I got some new toys. Not fancy ones, but let me bring up more to do with new toys to do with streaming. Okay, IRL streaming. So I'll showcase it. So this is something that I have used in the past. This is a DJI chest rig. So it goes around like this. You strap it on, and then boom. Then you would add the camera to the chest. like so. And then that's how I have utilized the chest rig in the past. And yeah, it works great. It's on the body. It doesn't feel like it's going to make everything fall off. Now I have recently, and considering where it's located, it's aimed at the chest height. So that's what, a fist and a thumb. That's how high, that's the height difference between. So yeah, that's just a measurement. Right, so now the new item I have purchased is a neck mount from Newer. So we'll push down, disengage, go around, click, done. And we will now so now we have a neck mounted camera, or we have a camera using a neck mount, and it is a little bit higher in terms of its positioning, and I still have the ability to still wear a backpack without interfering anything here. There is also some loops around the actual unit, and the package did come with belt or some straps, so you could tie the straps into here and here. So if you needed a more secured mount, you would use the straps and attach them to both on either side and wrap it around your chest and tighten it down. So that way then it won't keep bouncing if you're in a more active environment. And yes, with the cage, so number 2. So this is number 1, a neck mounted, a neck mount. Okay. The second item I purchased, let me just pop it off. Oh, that didn't sound too good. So this is the Pocket 3. Now I've been using this cage for quite a long time, and the only problem is, because this cage is so bulky, I am unable to utilize the original DJI case that came with the unit itself, which I don't know where I've placed. Shit. Okay. Yeah, so I'm unable to utilize the original case to protect the camera. So what I have purchased is this. This is from Ulanzi. Now this is a plastic case which is enough to protect the gimbal head as well as provide protection to the LCD screen. So now I have some kind of protection on both the screen and the gimbal, while at the same time keeping the actual cage semi-permanently mounted to the Pocket 3. So now I don't worry about, when inserting this into my bag, whether there's too much pressure applied to the gimbal head or to the LCD screen. This unit fits quite perfect with the cage already installed. So we just do that, and that is quite a find. So again, this is the Ulanzi PK07. Now to uninstall is just literally lift, pop off, and boom. All right, so with the neck mount and the cage that I have for the Pocket 3, I now have the ability to mount the Pocket 3 on the neck using, the Pocket 3 using the neck mount. So it's a more higher position, close to sort of chin area and not too high. So we have the Pocket 3 now mounted, and with the magnetic quick release from the DJI action cameras, and utilizing this cage, I'm now able to quickly disconnect and use the Pocket 3 as I see fit. And then if I don't want to hold it anymore, clamp it back onto the magnetic mount and go hands-free. So yeah, this is one of those things where I think it's a lot more easier to wear this neck mount than trying to get the chest mount installed on your body. Whereas if you're wearing jumpers, jackets, and all that, it's more easier to connect this over your neck than trying to connect the chest mount over your existing clothing that you're wearing. Right, so let me just turn this off. Now, to remove the neck mount, you just push down on the top. I'll do it from behind. You push down on the top and you'll eject this, and that's it. Yeah, that is the newer neck mount for the action cameras. It also has a rubberized tube all the way around the neck, or at least whatever comes in contact with your skin, as well as a padded cushion on the rear as well, to, I guess, add extra buffer. No, not buffer. It's to add extra padding when you're walking and stuff. All right. So that is. There should be more, I think, unless I didn't show it last stream. And amazingly, I placed an order for these on the 1st of January, so on New Year's Day, and it arrived literally yesterday or today on the 6th. Normally, whenever I order from Amazon, it would take at least 2 weeks. So I'm amazed that it arrived less than a full week. So yeah, I'm wondering if I were to order on a Monday, would it arrive by Friday? Maybe. I also purchased and received my Instant Pot, which is a pressure cooker. It's a 3-liter one, or 3-quart one for those who are in non-metric land. And I've cooked a beef stew for the first time. Well, that's the first thing I cooked in it, a beef stew. Under pressure, yes. At first, I think it was very, the broth was very liquidy, and I didn't add gravy in order to thicken it up. So, or gravy powder or paste or slurry. Shit, okay. That might be it. I thought there was actual more things to show, but the other things are probably just the 180-degree USB Type-C adapter, a cheaper magnetic mount for the DJI action cameras. Yeah, I thought there was more, but that might be it then. Shit. Okay. Yeah, I thought, or nothing. No, you already know about that. You already know about that. The V-mount battery. There it is. Hang on, give me a sec.
Video? Oh.
Just trying to sleep anyway.
Fucking hell. The sound of Midman's gun is so terrifying.
And I missed
What
every
are
single
you-
shot.
What is that gun?
The Carrick .300.
Fuck.
Alright, back. So before I was trying to look for this piece. So I would be able to connect a standard USB 3.0 cable into the system. Then that way I can utilize standard USB 3 cables, but with the Type A ends, and then the other end will go into the camera. So yeah, this might be it. Hello there. General Kenobi. Nice. All right, so this might well, it doesn't look like it's going to cause too much of an issue because it's not too deep. We're able to get it installed, and it's not taking up too much width as well, so it actually might work out as is with the configuration that I have. So all right, cool. And then we have the fan on top, and that will be a very small configuration for the for the 03W from Radza. Yeah, we have positioning for the screws. This will get installed. Yeah, so when I placed the order for January 1st, I needed to order this U-shaped adapter from Amazon. Otherwise, the previous configuration I would have had for this is why isn't it okay? The configuration I had would have been this. Because I'm unable to actually install it this way because there's not enough, this is blocking it, I would have to had used this extension and then connect it, and that would have made the entire configuration quite wide, sort of like a floppy disk type size. It'll be thin, but that's not what I wanted, even though that would actually, you know, be sensible to design everything on a flat plane and then build up from it. That's not what I wanted, so I opted to utilize this 180-degree U-shaped USB Type-C adapter to then reorientate this configuration to be underneath the board, so it would take up less footprint overall. And I think I did okay with the design. Being a first design, there is going to be something unknown until I print out the case to figure that out. But I won't print out the whole thing because of the USB-C hub from Moogood. I need to make sure that the hole that I've made, probably not. Hang on. Probably not, because you still need to install the fan. Yeah, you still need to install the fan on top. So let's see, screwdriver plus screwdriver. All right, let's see. And the fan is very important because this particular board overheats, or it gets hot So the fan is needed to keep this system cool and in order for it to run efficient as well. So let's pull that out. And let's woo woo woo. And let's pull this out. Okay, so this is the fan. Will this fit into the case? You can print your logo on it as a traveling mode maybe, or will it permanently be attached to the case? So the fan will be permanently attached in order to blow air onto the chips of the board. So yeah, I guess you could compare it to this, but then you need to whack on a fan on your Tic Tac case. So a very compact system with 3 Wi-Fi connections to connect to multiple internet connections, so you can bond multiple internet connections for streaming out to wrist. Imagine it being a Tic Tac case. Oh yeah, true. Unfortunately, it won't be metal, so it would have to be some kind of a hard plastic. So this would be very... Yep. But yeah, this is essentially everything that's needed for this board. The board, the fan, the USB hub, and all you need to do is connect power into this and connect your USB webcam, and that's it. And then you just need access to the internet to access the remote web-based remote for the board itself. So yeah. Okay. I will need to develop a what's this called? A wall here to prevent the adapter from pushing inwards. Okay. That's one thing I didn't encounter, is that. So let's go to the drawing board, Chrome, and we go to the 3D board. Okay, so we won't continue on. Ooh, undo. We'll shift this across by 100. This will be here. Where is the rotation? Snap down. Okay. How do we get this? Okay, so we can... So that's fine like that. But how about from the top? Maybe? That's... yeah. Whenever I change things, it's hard to get it back to the way I want it. Assuming this is the correct position. No, escape. Okay, so I need to create a wall. Now this is very dependent on if my scale is correct in the first place. All right, this would have to be about 3 mils. And then we will bring this into here and bring this into here. And we will create it so that it is a little rounded. I'll bring that down. So we'll do 1. Bring this up. Higher. Maybe a little bit higher. Okay, let's now shift to here. All right, so this is a 3mm wall that's been created to aid in keeping this adapter secured so it doesn't flex inwards and may cause an issue with the USB Type-C port. Okay, let's see. So if we attach the adapter here, so then 3mm. Okay, so if we are now to copy and paste this, drag it along here, and say we wanted to create the wall in that same vein. Hopefully we will prevent it from swinging as well. What's this? 5. Let's go 7. 7mm. So this will be a 7mm wall to help to prevent any swaying from the adapter. While we're here though, let's actually measure the USB to USB Type A adapter so we can get an indication of how long it's going to be. 1.92. Overall, it is 23.5. Okay, so let's go 23.5, which will be very close to the edge of the board unit itself. Let's go 23. Ooh, no, you know what? 23.5. Okay, let's go 23.5. Let's also measure the width, 7.8, and the height, 16. So 7.8, 7.8, and 16. Okay, so this will be here. So, okay, it's going to literally block out the yeah, that's definitely going to block it out. Yeah, it's definitely going to block out the screw placement for the lid. So unless we shift that to here. Or we create tabs, but that's going to cause a bit of an issue now. Blot out the sun. Yes, I totally understand the meaning. You know what? Let's keep it. If it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it's fine. We can just utilize USB Type-C. Then we can, yeah, we just utilize USB Type-C. So then this hole is different. So for a Type-C, we want something like this. If we want just Type-C. Okay, let's break that apart. Break that apart. Break that apart. Break that apart. Okay, so this is Type-C. Let's copy paste. Let's drag this. Let's now rotate this up across to here. Okay, so we want this. Okay, let's bring this out. Let's go 25. So if we undo that, so this is now the center point. 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Alignment. We will certainly do that. Okay. Let's rejoin these. We will fight in the shade. And then we will change this color. Oh, pink. Yeah. Shit. Okay. I see what I did. We will group these. That's not what I want to do. Undo. This and this are holes. Plus this is a group. Plus this is a secondary group. So if we want, this was going to be the flat vertical piece. Dang it. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Let's just whack this in here and create it. So that we have some form of cable holding. Okay, let's, you know what, we can make a new one. All right, let's group this. This should be 3 items. Group. Actually, shit. This is going to be quite a tedious position. This will be also grouped into here. So 2 items, sand group. Okay. I can expand that, or probably not expand it at all. It's fine. You know what? Let's unblock. Let's unblock. I'll just bring the keyboard down because we need it. Let's just change out this. Okay, let's bring this out to here. Let's boom, boom. 100. 100. 100. Yeah, I think they do. All of them. Well, because they're printing out miniatures, they have some 3D people like printing out, you know, walls and dioramas and stuff. So yes, I wouldn't put it past them. Okay, let's see. So we need to unblock this. Then 1, 2, 3. Let's bring that down by 100. Unblock. Okay, here we go. So we can probably get rid of the bottom one. Shit, can't do that. Undo. Yep. Yep. Definitely can be done. Let's unblock. Okay, now we want to add material here. So we shift this down by 100. And let's bring this in. So we don't need to expand that much. As long as it's touching. Yep. All right. This one we can probably increase it to 30. If we increase it to 13, we've increased it to 13, then we can drop it down 0.25. Yeah. And then if we expand this, let's go 7.5. And then shift it back. Undo. And then shift it back by 0.15. All right. So now we have increased that. Okay, so I'm going to now combine everything here. Jesus. So I've combined all the solid base structures. So that's all should be one unit. You've been learning CAD with Onshape website. Ooh, nice. Isn't Onshape a paid thing though? I'm now going to expand this by... Nope, that's not it. 11. All right. So this and this, I think, should be grouped. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Okay, let's move this off by -100. Let's now apply the group. Oof. Okay, this is... Boom. We don't need that one. We do need... these two. So that should be 1, 2... Oh. Okay. So there should be 1, 2, 8, 8. Where's the... Ah, that one. Okay, so let's group that. Let's now 1, 2. So these two, we need to group this as a group. Okay, so we should have group for the screws, group for the 03W, the group for the ports. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there should be 5 items altogether. Okay, let's group all of them together. Let's now shift this back down to 100. And now we will group everything here. Group. Now we will shift minus 100. But now that I have foresight, so to speak, we can now make sure I don't eat away at this bottom section here. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a big group. Okay, let's group that. Okay, let's bring all this as 1. That will be minus 100. With some inaccuracies here, but we will allow it. Okay, 1, 2. There is a gap here. That's fine. It is what it is, as long as it's not interfering with the wall. No, it's the same thickness as the wall, so that's fine. We have access to the USB-C and USB Type A. Type A. We have access to 2 screws to install the 03W. We have an opening to install the 180 USB-C adapter. We have a opening to insert a USB Type-C cable with some extra material to provide for some cable, not relief, a cable clamp type situation. Although we will need to use a shorter screw over here so it doesn't affect any cabling that gets added. And yeah, let me just group this. Okay, so let's export this out. Let's check to see. This is not vertical. Okay, you're not. Let's go vertical version 2. There's so many versions. There's so many versions in the naming convention. It's going to be crazy. Delete. Okay. Let's import the V1 vertical version 2. And let's rotate this. Minus 90. Oh, you guys can't see that. And I need to switch the windows to... Alright, so this is the case in a vertical orientation to hopefully be able to print in a stronger method of building up. Oh, so it looks like the, yeah, okay. They've just cut away at the access hole, at the holes for the lid, but that's fine. There's still enough material to secure the lid. Okay, so now let's double check. We have a wall loop of 4. We have tree supports. We have deactivated prime tower. And then we also created an outer brim for the base. So let's slice plate. We've also selected the infill to be 50% and infill pattern to be gyroid. Although there isn't a lot of areas where infill is needed. So all right. So it is still, it's gone down in time. So it used to be 2 hours and 2 minutes. I forgot to do something. I needed to switch this to the PETG filament. Okay, let's slice again. Okay, so now this is even, so the previous slice we measured to be 2 hours and 2 minutes. This version is now reached 2 hours on the dot. Now there is a particular section that I want to paint. Yep, okay, it's repeated itself. This doesn't have any supports, so I'm gonna paint it in. And let's see where we are. All right, let's go to prepare. Let's select the model. Let's paint. Let's rotate. And let's apply. Okay, done. Let's slice the model again. All right, so we still have 2 hours and 0 minutes. It's going to consume about 28 grams of filament, or about 10 meters of length of filament, and apparently it's going to cost about 72 cents. I don't think that's incorporated Australian dollars. So this will be printed on the Creality K1C using the Elegoo Rapid PETG to do so. There is a chance that one of these sections could fall due to not having enough supports. That's probably in this section here. Okay, 2 hours and 2 hours flat for this to print. But I do want to do a cutaway on this, so we don't waste 2 hours. I can do a quick slice to see if the actual diameter of this inner hole is suitable for the USB Type-C hub. So to do that, I believe we need to select the model, and we need to cut, drill. Yeah, I think we need to cut. Okay, so we need to bring this down to probably this section. Yeah, no, we need to just cut this section here. Okay, nothing happened. How dare you? Place on cut. Okay. There we go. That's why, I think. Okay, there we go. It's one piece. Okay, there we go. So this needs to be flipped 180. One piece. Okay. So I think this will be... Ooh, something is wrong. It's not letting me... Not letting me. We don't need it. Okay, let's undo. Oh. Okay, so we don't want to do any more painting. We do want to slice, and the best slice is probably on the top because that's where it's entering. So we need to slice up there. All right, let's cut. We need so we need the upper part to shit. What's this? What warning do we have? Oh, we don't have any warning. All right, let's slice this one bit. Or will it slice both? Yeah, it's going to slice both. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back to prepare. Let's delete this. Let's slice this section only. 16 minutes just for that. Let's okay, we need a section where it's a bit more solid and it's not going to flex. Slice up. Okay, that's a lot of material, so let's perform cut. Let's slice again, and so it doesn't matter because I'm still gonna yeah, shit. Don't keep. We'll keep that one. Don't need to flip. Perform cut. Okay. That is not looking good. You know what? Let's just... Okay. Let's just go back into the Tinkercad and let's just break it down to a piece. Okay, can't do that one. Let's do this one. Let's copy paste. Let's apply a deletion tool, or a hole tool, sorry. And if we just delete that whole thing, we just need enough to slip over the USB-C hub. Okay, so let's group that. They'll get wiped. Okay, so this looks good. It's a one solid piece. There's no cuts or openings which will cause flexing. So let's also go to 90. Let's lay it flat. Let's make sure this is selected. We'll give this a different color. green, so we know it's not the main object. Now I will go into Creality, find it. Now let's go back to Chrome, switch over to Creality. So now let's see what this looks like. Okay, this is going to take 6 minutes. Okay, so that's not bad to print a test print for one to see whether or not this cutout will actually be large enough for the hub to pass through. Otherwise, we might just waste 2 hours of printing and material as well. So it's good to, oh, actually we might just remove the brim because it's printing straight to the base. So let's, no brim, slice. Let's make sure we, oh, cancel. Undo. Ay, what did I do? Okay, let's select PETG. Let's slice plate. All right, 8 minutes. 8 minutes to print this out in PETG. With no support because it's just a single piece. One piece. No prime tower, no supports, with 4 wall loops at 50%. Okay. So 10 minutes for a test print to double check whether or not the spacing for this bottom section here is actually suitable for the Oh Good USB Type-C hub. So let's switch back to the 03W and I want to see if we have enough clearance or height between the pins of the 03W board and to the lid, which will come here. So let's, how did we, transparency on. Okay, so this is what it will look like on the inside. The fan will be cooling. It's not exact. Let's also make this into a transparent item as well. So this will give us an idea of what this entire unit will look like once we print out the case and assemble it. Okay. Boom. All right, I much quite like this because it's a very streamlined and small, essentially small form factor. Now the original board, let's actually just do a copy paste so we don't delete anything. So the original board is this size, but it is also very skinny. So this has just gone up. So I guess all the material needed would have been needed to just go upwards. And with the old way, we only had the ability to connect one extra USB Wi-Fi adapter. Whereas the new way, utilizing the USB Type-C hub, we now have the ability to connect two USB Wi-Fi adapters plus a third USB internet connectivity device, such as an Ethernet cable or a direct USB tether into a modem of some sort, if we choose to do so. Why did that pop up? Yes, why did that pop up? Something popped up and I wasn't really sure why. Okay, let's see. How was that last year? Interesting. That's one thing I wanted to look into. Let's see. I know that Delhi mentioned it. Let's have a look. Now, before we do, let me just quickly save the 3D design. Okay. Okay, that's it. Model 2. So we are still streaming on YouTube. Okay, so let's close down all these items. Close that. We will close that. Close that. Okay. So what I want to do is create a notification using StreamerBot to notify me, or at least put a notification in Twitch chat to let me know that the YouTube stream has ended. So how do I go about doing that? So we have actions already created. YouTube chat redirect. So we want a notification. So this notification was based off Twitch target info. Okay. So if we were to duplicate this, edit. Let's change this to YouTube live offline notification. Okay. So here, instead of a Twitch, get user info, we will add YouTube, set title, moderation, polls, user. Okay, let me to get offline, how to get notification of YouTube live offline into StreamerBot. So StreamBot receives YouTube live notifications via an internal trigger system, which requires a persistent connection between the application and your YouTube account. It must be running for the trigger to be active and capture the stream online event. Okay. How to get YouTube live stream notifications. You just subscribe. That's not what I want. Streamer bot. Okay, let's dive into our integrations. Elgato services. Create folder file watches to react to file changes. Oh, okay, I've already done that. Servers and clients. Stream apps. OBS Studio, Streamlabs, Meld Studio, Polypop platforms. Twitch, YouTube. All right, so I've already logged in. Sorry, signed in to YouTube via the platforms page. Broadcasts. Oh, these are all previous broadcasts. Okay, these are all accounts. Okay. Actions. YouTube offline notification. So add core note kick meld polypop settings. Twitch. So Twitch we have target info. Yeah, in order to test this, yeah, we do, but it's fine. This is just to let me know if the YouTube stream has failed or stopped unexpectedly. Whilst I'm still streaming on Twitch, I can go into Restream and push out the stream to YouTube. I'm just trying to determine where I'm looking for. So right now we're in add. So I'm just trying to figure out the moderation channel, set time, charity ads, run pre-roll, followers, guest star. So this is the Twitch. So I'm trying to figure out why we have this. This is using the go live notification. This is YouTube live offline notification. So I don't need delete sub action and delete sub action. Okay, this one we will create a trigger, add YouTube broadcast ended. Wait, what was Twitch? Twitch channel stream online. Yes. So when YouTube broadcasts ended, so we can remove this, delete trigger. So if I'm reading this correctly, YouTube Live, I've created a, why can I? So YouTube Live offline notification, YouTube broadcast ended is enabled. We want to send a chat notification into Twitch chat. So now we just want to create Twitch chat, send announcement to channel. Oh, okay. Let's go orange. YouTube live has ended. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna trigger this and see what happens. Okay, so right click, test trigger. Oh, so it's an announcement. Okay, so it's just, it's big. Can I not make that big? So instead of an announcement, can we chat, reply to message? Oh, send message. Okay. So instead of an announcement, I'm going to change it to a message. Although with the announcement, and let's just keep it simple. It's over, not send message to channel. YouTube live has ended. Okay, let's just remove this sub action. Okay, let's now re-trigger this. Let's test this trigger again. Okay, so it's a message that's been sent to Twitch chat. Okay, good. Cyrinus, how are you? So, to be honest, no, I have not. So I do apologize. I probably will at some point. I just need to get in the right mindset. And I don't want to do anything yet, because if I wanted to set up the home-based relay server, I would want to try and test it on a machine that I haven't touched or used for streaming, because it might cause confliction with what I currently have. All right, let's go into... So if I'm in YouTube Live, how do I kill the YouTube Live? Probably can't do it in YouTube. I'll probably have to go into Restream in order to manually kill the live stream feed that's being pushed to YouTube. There has been instances of Docker installations breaking Windows install, so be aware of that. Okay, so all the more reason for me to test it on a separate machine that I don't mind reinstalling Windows on. So that's a big fucking warning. Bricking Windows. That's crazy. All right, I am in the Restream page. This is a web-based access. So right now we have two channels linked to Restream. We have the YouTube channel as well as the Twitch channel. I am now going to turn this toggle off, and I want to see what happens in terms of the streamer bot, which we have set here, which I might just quickly save. Okay, we've saved. So we're back in the Restream dashboard, and now if I remember correctly, if I toggle this off, this will stop the YouTube stream. So in 3, 2, 1.